Well, my name's Kevin Hamlin, and I have lived in Collingwood now for 25 years, and happy to make this my home. Came from Mississauga originally, and I teach music over at the high school, and I think it's just one of the most fun jobs in the world because I get to work with great kids every day and immerse myself in music, which I love. I started coming to New Life, I think, probably about 7 years ago now, and it was on a whim one day. I had been attending church, I guess, fairly regularly, but just decided to come here one day, and it fit. It just, I came home after church and I found myself talking about it and things I liked, and I was carrying on, and almost sort of watching myself third person, because it's like, okay, why am I excited about this? And I remember thinking to myself that day, I think I found what I was looking for, and I didn't even know I was looking for it. Some of the things involved in New Life, it's sort of been a growing involvement. First just attending, and then Shane got me into the whole music side of things, and helping out in the sound on different weekends is a lot of fun. And then, getting involved in small groups is a more recent thing, just in the past couple of years. For a journey of faith, God, it's been a long road. As a kid, we went to church. It was one of those things that we just did, because Mom and Dad said that's what we do. So we went, and I don't think I was really engaged in it at all, and that non-engagement sort of carried well into my own 20s and 30s even. One of the most troubling and interesting and horrible times was my own mother, and she passed away from cancer. And I spent a lot of time with her, and I don't tell this story much, but I'll tell it here because I think it's a good one. I was always somewhat sort of skeptical about what was there afterwards, and the skepticism was built in with some personal hope that there really was something, that, all the religion, and we had time to talk about it, and we both talked openly about her faith and how it played into this. And it was just before she died, and I said to her, I said, Mom, I need some proof that there's something more, and you have a job here, you need to give me that, and you got to make it good, because I'm going to question it or try and poke holes in it. And she said, okay, I'll do my best. Well, the night she died, I was down there, this was in Mississauga, and she died at 3:10 in the morning. And I thought, well, should I phone back to Collingwood now? And I thought, no sense now. Nothing can change now, I'll wait till the morning. And I phoned back in the morning, and I was about, I said, Mom died, and the answer on the other end of the line was, yes, I know. She died at 3:10 in the morning. And I was pretty upset, because I thought, I can't believe somebody else phoned. I don't know why I thought it was my news, but I guess I thought it was. And I said, oh, how do you know that? And it was the weirdest sequence of events. Back in Collingwood at 3:10 in the morning, the alarm clock went off out of the blue. I checked it later. It was not set for 3:10 in the morning. It was set for the normal time, and it wasn't even set to the on position. It went off. It was just all a strange sequence of events which led to the thought, oh my gosh, Mom just died. And this is sort of going to the grandchildren on the way out. And I heard that story, and I had just the biggest smile. Oh my God, Mom, you pulled it off. I can't poke holes in this. There is something more. And that, I would say, was sort of a personal beginning for me. And then in coming to New Life, I think God kind of had a sneak attack plan for me. It was totally unfair. Because, okay, I walk into New Life, well, what's going on? The music, and the music's good. Well, that's not fair. You're hitting a music teacher right where it counts, and you got me right off the bat. Okay, that's playing dirty pool. So now I'm hooked in on the music, and I'm coming back here. Then, what does God do? He plunks down the minister living a couple of doors down from me. Well, there goes mowing the lawn Sunday mornings. And then the capper was, as I get to know Mike, well, I really like the guy. So now I'm hooked in even more, and I found myself changing from going to church to wanting to go to church, to it filling a need in me, to being curious and broadening, my whole perspective of religion and how, God worked in me and what I could do back for the church, and even things like this past Easter. For the first time, Easter wasn't sort of a one-dimensional event. It was like a three-dimensional world that I found myself thinking about and interested in, and it's just lovely. I just like it. The whole small group thing, at first I just didn't really know. I mean, Michelle and I think we're sort of at the same point. We're learning, we're discovering, and we started going to a small group not really knowing what this was about, or whether really it was for us, and we felt like, oh my gosh, we know nothing. And here we are, with some other couples, and like Chris Static, well, she's like a walking encyclopedia of everything in the Bible. Like, okay, please tell me how this works, or what this story is about, or who is this person, or how do they fit in, and we feel very new to it. But we're made to feel very welcome and comfortable, and we soon found out that even though we might not have all the chapter and verse down, that we have our own understandings at our level, and that being at that level was totally okay. It's a fun thing now. The only hurdle really was just ourselves, just getting through, feeling like, oh my gosh, we're going to say the wrong thing, or we don't know this, or that's not what it's about. Why do I want to be baptized? I want to be baptized because I feel in my own journey I'm at that point where I held the whole baptism in really high regard. I would watch people being baptized, and I wanted to be at the point where I felt in my own spirituality that I had accepted God and wanted God in my life and wanted to learn more about Him. And it's important to me now. Matter of fact, I'm kind of proud of it.